Welcome, everyone, to What to Watch Live, the show where we discuss the best in TV and entertainment this week. My name is David, and today I am joined by my two favorite people, my fellow Xfinity editors, Scott and Audrey. Hello.
Hi,
Hello.
so nice of you to say.
Yeah,
Thanks.
which one of us is your favorite?
Do tell.
Let's not. But thank you both for being here. Up until just a couple hours ago, Audrey and Scott weren't even supposed to be on today's show. They're filling in for some of our colleagues who couldn't make it. So, we're live and we're just sort of winging it. And I appreciate you both stepping in for them today.
Got
we
it.
appreciate you, David. More than you'll ever know, honestly.
Stop it. So
we have a flattery.
I know. It's just it's all love here. Oh, and look, here is today's show. We're going for it. It's a really good one. We have a good one as always. We will be joined by the star of the new Apple TV Plus drama Shantaram, Mr. Charlie Hunnam. Obviously, I should have looked up how to pronounce his name before this. We'll celebrate Movember with our annual look at iconic celebrity facial hair. We'll show you just how obsessed we are with the Yellowstone franchise. We'll give you an inside look at the star-studded Bravocon in New York City. And as always, we'll help you organize your TV watch list for the week ahead. So let's kick things off by introducing you to an all-new international crime thriller in a segment called Hangouts and Extras. The brand new Apple TV Plus series Shantaram stars Sons of Anarchy alum Charlie Hunnam as an escaped prison convict who flees to Bombay, India, where he assumes a new identity and lives life as a wanted man. And our very own Xfinity editor Quam sat down with Charlie for a new episode of Xfinity Hangouts. Let's take a look at a trailer and a sneak peek at their conversation.
I was on the run with no home and no country. Bombay was a place where everyone started new.
Look out! You're lucky I was here.
Maybe you're my guardian angel.
Definitely not. There's too much devil in me for that.
What brings you to Bombay, Lynn?
Nothing. We all have secrets.
I'll show you mine if you show me yours.
I'm #1 guide in Bombay.
Thank you, but no.
Yes, sir. But only after 3 no's it is a true no. This is Sagarwada, my home. This place is not working without everyone helping each other.
Why do you help in Sagarwada? I know what I did, what I need to pay for. We must all find a way to balance our bad.
For a man who doesn't want trouble, you keep interesting company.
Well, we know Charlie isn't a criminal, but your character Lynn is. But you, though, if you were given the opportunity to break out of prison, are you taking that chance? Let's say you're doing a 12 to 15-year stint in prison. Are you taking that opportunity to break out?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I am. Man, I got to tell you, I was talking about this this morning with my lady. I had an issue that sort of triggered me, and I got really angry. And she said, you have ancestral trauma. I come from a place in the north of England that there was very, very little freedom. Like it was a socio-economically profoundly depressed place. You worked in a factory, down a coal mine, or at a shipyard. The rate of death in those environments was super high. It was a subsistence wage. You basically could afford to just barely eat for that. And there was no entrepreneurship. There was no autonomy over life unless you went out and seized it. And part of that seizing it was having a sort of violently anti-authoritarian view of the world. Like, you cannot subjugate me. You cannot tell me what I am and what I'm able to do with my life. And I didn't realize like how much I inherited that from my forefathers. And it's misplaced in my life now, but it's this like roiling like insanity that I always punch up, always. I've never punched down in my life, but boy, my hair trigger to punch up in the face of authority is something I got to work on, like big time. And so I thought about that because I asked Greg, why you were 20 some years old, you had a 10-year stretch to do, you're going to be out before you were 40, yet you climbed the wall and risked a bullet to the back of the head. Like, why did you do that? He said, I didn't like being told what to do.
Ancestral trauma. Generational trauma.
I can't get enough trauma talk, honestly.
For some reason, his voice does not like match his face for me. It's like very interesting.
Yeah,
not at all. But just behind the scenes, we realized that I probably mispronouncing the name of the show. It's Shantaram instead of Shantaram.
I believe it is Shantaram. Yes, exactly. And I'm pretty sure it's Charlie Hunnam.
Scott bringing the facts.
I just want to be so extra with my pronunciations today. Shantaram, Charlie Hunnam.
Sorry,
doing my best Al Pacino over here. I feel like it's a really interesting question that Quam asked Charlie Hunnam. I think I would probably not escape and just do my time.
Me too.
I think it depends on how much, how long the sentence is. If I felt like I had nothing left to lose, then yeah, sure, why not? But I totally get this. I was really interesting how candid he was about it, but this opposition to authority, and how sometimes some people just inherently have that, and yeah, you just can't really understand it or speak to it, but it's very fascinating. This is a great question. Good on you, Quam. Well done.
Yeah.
See, this is the beauty of Hangouts, getting to know, the intimate side of our celebrity friends.
It's true. And apparently this series, Shantaram, is based on a 2003 novel of the same name by author Gregory David Roberts, and it's loosely based on his actual experiences. I think that's what he's referring to there when he's talking about the author having escaped from prison. And yeah, I actually want to watch this now when I had not even heard of it before this.
Yeah, Charlie and I have nothing in common because I love authority and I love being told what to do and I love following rules. And also his hair looks way better in a bun than mine ever will. So he just wins all around, I guess.
Well, you can check out Quam's full interview with Charlie. I'm not going to even say his last name again. Charlie, in the next couple weeks, plus all 100 episodes of Xfinity Hangouts. We have hit 100 total episodes.
Yay! Confetti cannons.
And you can check that out simply by saying Hangouts into your voice remote. Next up, I mustache you a question in a segment called Ultimate Deep Dive. Scott, were you just no-selling my pun there? I saw it.
I mean, I've already asked that question to Reza. So, I mean...
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's something we've already done on the show here, David. So, but
something I already did. It was the exact same way I introed that segment last November. So,
wow.
But this time you are going to ask us some questions, aren't you?
It's true. Movember is an annual charity event that encourages men to grow mustaches during the month of November to raise awareness and money for a variety of men's health issues, including mental health, prostate cancer, and testicular cancer. Since 2003, the Movember Foundation has funded more than 1,000 men's health projects around the world. And in celebration of this amazing cause, I've actually compiled a collection of the 40 greatest beards, mustaches, and goatees on television, from Tom Selleck's noteworthy nose broom in Magnum P.I. to Ned Flanders' incredible crumb catcher on The Simpsons. Just say Movember TV into your voice remote to browse all of this fabulous facial hair. Click each photo to reveal the character behind the beard, and also check out videos from the Movember Foundation to learn more about this annual event. If you remember this collection from last year, I encourage you to check it out again. I've added 8 brand new chins to this lineup, and I thought I'd give everyone a sneak peek at the new additions with a little game in which we'll see if Audrey and Scott can identify some of TV's most spectacular soup strainers. So let's...
These names, David, they need to go. Crumb catcher, soup strainer, no.
I keep saying mustache. Let's bring up the first one. I think you'll both get it. I was thinking this was going to be Liz and Quam taking this this poll and would not know. I know Audrey knows it.
I know.
I know.
Okay.
Go
We
for
both
it.
know.
All right, we know. We're not going to tell you who it is.
Just take our word
forget.
for it. We know who it is.
This is Viserys from House of Dragon. Yeah.
That is true.
Ding, ding,
Paddy
ding.
Considine as King Viserys Targaryen in HBO Max's House of the Dragon. It's not much of a beard. It's a little salt and peppery like Scott's when he forgets to shave. But
Excuse me.
Ding.
Whoa! Shots fired, David. Not
all right,
cool.
let's bring up the next one.
Ooh.
Oh, I know it's from Severance, but I have to
Yes.
know his name, right? What is
You
his
don't
name,
have to.
sir?
I didn't remember his name either.
Wow. Forgettable guy from Severance.
No,
He's
he's great. Yeah.
He's great
I'm
in it.
kidding. I've never seen Severance, so this is not for me. Sorry. I'm bowing out.
But you don't ever hear his name the way you hear like what's her now I can't think of it. Helly. Yeah.
Yeah. I
Helly
don't
of
know.
Mark.
Great guy from Severance.
Yes, this is actor Zach Cherry who plays Dylan George in the Apple TV Plus series Severance.
Half
He's
a
awesome
point.
in it. Yeah. Third question. Who is this guy? Iconic mustache.
I know exactly what it's from. I just don't know the character. It's definitely 1883. But I don't know what
correct.
his name is.
You don't know this guy's real name?
No.
He's the beef. He's the beef. It's what's for dinner guy, Sam Elliott, who plays
Sam Elliott.
Shay Brennan in Paramount Plus's Yellowstone spinoff, 1883. He is one of the best mustaches.
That's quite the crumb catcher.
It really is.
It really is. What a smooth trainer. None of the vegetables get through that one. It's such a weird thing to say. Only broth for him. This guy, who is this?
This is so easy. This is so easy.
Lord of the Rings guy, the king's
Yeah.
son.
I mean, I also get Robin Williams vibes from the nose down.
Oh, I can see
He
that.
does have a Robin Williams mouth.
But yeah, definitely Lord of the Rings. I mean, you don't see gorgeous, plumage like that. See, look, that's a better word to use.
Plumage. This is Owen Arthur as Prince Durin.
Prince
the Fourth.
Doran.
Yeah, in the Prime Video series, The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power. And finally, this guy.
Oh, that's my boy Bacon. City on a Hill. Come on, let's go.
That is Kevin Bacon.
Nice.
In the recently canceled Showtime series, City on a Hill. How things changed. I picked this and then they got canceled. Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
Curse.
I'm now 1 degree away from Kevin Bacon. How fun. That makes you guys 2 degrees away from him.
Because you interviewed him?
Yeah, right. Isn't that
That's
not how it
true.
works?
I guess
Sure.
it is how it works. Because we appear on this show with you, and you appeared on an episode of Hangouts with Kevin Bacon.
Yeah. See? Look at that.
Look
How
at that.
exciting. It's all coming together. This is really just a shame. This is just a shameless plug for my hangout with Kevin Bacon.
Just say Hangouts into your voice remote to watch Kevin Bacon do an interview from his bathroom.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was like on his bathroom floor or something like that.
Oh, and you can check out all 40 TV mustaches, beards, and goatees and see if you can fare just as well as Audrey and Scott by saying Movember TV into your voice remote. Next up, Yellowstone is back for a brand new season, and we are absolutely impressed and obsessed. The massively popular Paramount series Yellowstone returns for a 5th season this Sunday night, November 13th. And if you're not already familiar with this outrageous Western drama, it stars Kevin Costner as the patriarch of the Dutton family, which has owned the largest ranch in Montana for 6 generations. The show follows the Duttons as they continuously fight off those who seek to take control of their land. Let's take a look at the season 5 trailer.
You have no friends in this building, John. You're gonna have to bring your own.
What you gonna do first? What do you think I'm gonna do? You're all fired. Beth, you're my new chief of staff.
Back to work.
I love Montana, but I'm doing this for our family. We need to talk.
They will fight you. They will fight you dirty.
Is there any other way?
Ruin them, starting with her.
Signing this order is a declaration of war.
We're already at war.
I do this for my father. I don't do this for me.
This fucking family!
I love it when she gets mad. It means I'm gonna make a lot of money.
When I say we give everything to this land, I do mean everything.
The drama. And if you are as obsessed with Yellowstone as we are, you'll love our brand new Yellowstone super fan destination. Just say Yellowstone Fan Club into your voice remote to access this immersive collection where you'll be greeted with quick access to all 3 series in the Yellowstone franchise, including the 1883 prequel starring Tim McGraw and Faith Hill, as well as the upcoming prequel 1923, which stars Harrison Ford and Helen Mirren and is coming in December. You'll also be able to directly access all 4 previous seasons of Yellowstone, which are available right now on Peacock. But that's not all. Go behind the scenes of the show with dozens of special featurettes, as well as quick season recaps, and honor your favorite fallen cowboys with a stroll through the Yellowstone graveyard. But beware, the graveyard is absolutely chock full of secrets and a whole lot of spoilers. And if that's not enough for you, try your ranch hand at guessing the origins of iconic Yellowstone quotes and then watch the episode in which they were uttered, or enjoy our handpicked collection of the 10 best Yellowstone episodes ever. And if you've done all of that, sit back and enjoy a selection of Yellowstone-themed music and podcasts, or fall in love with more than 100 Western TV series you can find across Xfinity platforms. Just say Yellowstone Fan Club into your remote to get started. Audrey, Scott, I know you watch. Scott, have you ever gotten into Yellowstone?
I have not. I was going to say, knowing what you know about me and my taste in television, please, sell me on Yellowstone in less than 10 seconds.
Go ahead, Audrey.
Okay. So there's a guy named Rip who is the best. That's all you really need to know. Rip is the best.
I feel like you would love Beth Dutton, honestly.
She is very evil and sassy, but then you want to feel bad for her sometimes, and she cries a whole heck of a lot. But she's really smart and sneaky, and you just can't figure out sometimes whether you're rooting for her or she really is just the worst. And she has a great wardrobe, which that appeals to you. The clothes in general. And I will say, from the season 5 trailer, I feel like Kevin Costner, aka John Dutton, has really stepped up his fashion game. He's in these crisp, tailored black suits. Gone is the brown tweed of season 1 and blue jeans, and now he's GQ version of himself. So I don't know, Scott, you might be there for the fashion angle.
Okay. I mean, I'm not a huge Western fashion guy. As you know, I generally tend to wear a lot of black, and that doesn't necessarily vibe well when you're out in the sun.
So does Rip.
Really?
There's a lot of black. Yeah.
Okay.
He's mysterious. They got I think you will become obsessed with Beth Dutton. She's got some of the quickest, snarkiest, meanest remarks that she makes to people, really she would kill it in Snatch Game.
I was gonna say, is Beth a biological female, or are we looking at are we pulling in drag queens here? I'm sure that there is a drag queen version of Beth somewhere.
Snatch Game is not what I meant. I meant when she'd be good at reading someone.
Well, Snatch Game also requires quick wit.
Okay,
so you did well, David. You were doing well until you tried to backtrack.
No,
but
what I was also thinking is that she would be a great character for someone to play in Snatch Game. That's what I was thinking.
Fascinating. Okay, so you guys have piqued my interest.
Give it a shot. I think Audrey knows that anytime we've convinced someone to watch it, even if they weren't initially interested, they got into it. Like everyone ends up falling for this show.
Yeah, Westerns aren't really my jam either. It's like the first couple seasons anyway, and still it's like soapy, but dramatic, but like action. And it's like all the genres, the good things of all the genres put together. There's a reason why it's doing so well and the universe continues to grow, right? There is something for everyone.
Yeah, and the fact that Harrison Ford and Helen Mirren are starring in a spinoff is a testament to all of that, including the fact that Taylor Sheridan, who wrote Hell or High Water, and there's another one that I'm forgetting. Was it also No Country for Old Men? I think he's just like so good at this genre. Oh no, something River, Wind River. Yes, with Elizabeth Olsen. He's just so good at this genre. He's mastered it.
He's like the Robert England of Westerns, Scott.
Okay. Thank you for putting that in perspective.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
You got it.
Got it. Understand now.
Well, once again, Yellowstone season 5 premieres this Sunday, November 13th on Paramount Network. Catch up on all 4 previous seasons with Peacock and say Yellowstone Fan Club into your remote to explore our superfan destination. Next up, Scott and Audrey recently traveled to New York City for Bravo Network's annual Bravocon event, and they are here to give us an inside look at the glitz, the glamour, and all the drama in a segment called TV Confessions.
So this will be like confidential no more because we're going to tell you everything that happened. So Scott and I, like David said, had the pleasure to go to Bravocon a few weeks ago, which, if you're not familiar, is very much like the Comic-Con of the reality TV world, right? So it's this massive event held between 2 different buildings in New York City where all the Bravo celebrities mix and mingle with fans. So Scott and I went, like I said, I went the first year and I heard attendance was around like 5,000, which is still a lot of people. This was like around 25,000 people. So it was huge. Like Scott can attest, like after we'll tell you what we did and we'll show you, but afterwards we both needed to like not be around people or talk to anybody for like 2 solid days because it was a lot.
Absolutely. We basically just kind of, locked ourselves up in our hotel rooms, turned off all the lights and just sat on the bed and like, okay, it's going to be okay. Yeah, it's certainly not for the faint of heart, but if you are a huge fan of reality or Bravo celebrities in particular, it is the place to be. They not only do they make huge announcements during this time period. Fun fact, Jenna Lyons is going to be coming to Real Housewives of New York City. That was one of the announcements that they made. They made a big reveal of who Gay Shark is, which, if you have been living under a rock or were another designer thing that other people live under, Anderson Cooper is Gay Shark, which was super fun, and it was awesome to be able to be there and experience that before anyone else. So quite the fun moment. Do you want to throw to a little video, Audrey, and we can come back out and chat a little bit more?
Let's do it.
Take it away. So much fun. I mean, just look at all the ridiculousness that we have, and we're able to post on our social media after this.
Yeah. So like as you saw there were these like activations where you got to like be in the intro to like Real Housewives. You got to be on like the below deck sailing yacht, which is really, really cool. And then obviously people wait in line for hours to get a photo op with talent. And there's panels where Scott said, you learn all of this like breaking news. So it really is like the place to be for the Bravo super fan. And we're so lucky we got to go and share some of the behind the scenes with you guys.
Absolutely. Audrey, was there anyone in particular you were like super pumped to see at this one?
All of the like summer house and winter house people are really like my new favorites. So Paige and Craig are just the best and was so excited to see them. How about you, Scott?
Yeah, I mean, I was super pumped to see Kathy Hilton until I was stuck in a stampede. And then I was like, this is my living nightmare. Get me out of here. But, I've interviewed Kyle Richards recently, so it was cool to kind of catch up with her. And of course, I'm a huge Below Deck fan. I've talked about on this show so many times. So getting to meet Captain Sandy, Glenn, and of course, Kate, who I'm just a huge fan of. That was really lovely.
Yeah.
But yeah, Bravocon.
Yeah. The Below Deck people, I will just say, like, were there for Bravocon. Like, everyone from Below Deck was like so pumped and jazzed to meet everyone, which was really cool.
Yeah, absolutely. The little intimate get-togethers that you could do on the side that were kind of like add-on experiences were super fun and totally worth it. You kind of get to go into a room that's separate, and they just kind of drip feed you in different Bravo celebrities. So you have these moments where you can go up and actually not just have a photo op, but have conversations, have a drink, cheers with them. As you saw, we did with Gary, who was an absolute riot and definitely down to party. In terms of like Bravo celebrities who were really living the fantasy, Gary was the one. So
sure was.
Love that. Audrey, if people are fans of BravoCon and Bravo content, where are we finding it on the platform?
So glad you asked. So we have super fan destinations. So if you love the Housewives and you're obsessed, Real Housewives Fan Club is your voice command that will take you to all the seasons, all the behind the scenes, all the good stuff. Below Deck, if you're a super fan like Scott, you just want to say Below Deck Fan Club to get all the seasons there and everything you could possibly dream of. And if you just love Bravo in general and you're not picky about what it is, just Bravo On Demand will bring you to all of the shows you should be watching.
Awesome. Is it time to bring David back in? I don't know if he's ready for us yet. I mean, we kind of just took over here. Okay. I guess let's go and let's do it. I think we're ready for Plan Ahead. Does that feel right?
Do it.
All right. Woo!
It's not so easy to throw to segments, is it?
Oh, please. I was the best toss ever. I just like quarterback over here.
So
come on, I was like, woo, go long, David.
This week's premieres include some holiday baking, some rogue heroes, a Tulsa King, and one of the most controversial movies of 2022, and our very own Quam making a guest appearance to tell you all about it. Quam, are you there?
The search to find the greatest holiday baker begins. I personally think it's my mom, but I guess these 8 contestants will do. Each baker will show off their family traditions and superb baking skills to prove their abilities weekly. Find out who's the best holiday baker on Holiday Baking Championship, which premieres on November 7th on the Food Network. I still think it's my mom. Don't Worry, Darling tells the story of Alice and Jack Chambers. The couple lives in an idyllic 1950s-style neighborhood in the company town of Victoria, California. Everything appears to be perfect, except it isn't. I don't want to give too much of the movie away, so check it out when it comes to HBO Max on November 8th. Netflix's historical fictitious drama series, The Crown, will be returning for its 5th season. And I know what you're thinking. How can something be historically fictitious? Like, that's a contradiction. But The Crown is based on the life of Queen Elizabeth II. The series follows Queen Elizabeth from her 1947 marriage until the early 21st century. If you have no knowledge of the contemporary British monarchy, like myself, this is a good way to familiarize yourself with some key historical events. Just don't take everything too literally, as there's still a fair amount of creative liberties taken. I mean, it's still a show after all. Season 5 of The Crown comes to Netflix on November 9th. Speaking of fictionalized historical dramas, Rogue Heroes will be coming to Epix. This British series is a dramatized account of how the world's greatest special forces unit was created by British Army rebels in the North African desert. Set during the darkest days of World War II, this explosive series tells the story of how Officer David Sterling creates a radical plan that flies in the face of all accepted rules of modern warfare. Rogue Heroes premieres on November 13th on Epix. And lastly, Tulsa King is set to premiere on Paramount Plus. Starring Sylvester Stallone, this crime drama series follows Stallone, who's a New York mafia capo who just completed a 25-year prison sentence. Upon his release, he is sent to Tulsa, Oklahoma to establish criminal operations there. Tulsa King comes to Paramount Plus on November 13th.
Thanks, Quam. And in this week's finales, 2 popular long-running shows are signing off the air for good. And I think we've got Liz here to break the bad news for us. Liz, are you there?
Season 5 of The Handmaid's Tale is coming to an end on November 9th on Hulu. Season after season, we have watched June, played by Elizabeth Moss, risk her life and fight for her freedom and an end to this totalitarian society. If you haven't seen an episode, just start. I promise that you will not regret getting sucked into this world. Again, that's The Handmaid's Tale on November 9th on Hulu. The final season finale for Atlanta will air on November 10th on FX. Created by Donald Glover, this show follows Glover's character Ern as he navigates the rap scene in Atlanta and his life, both which are equally complicated. You won't want to miss this on FX, Atlanta on November 10th. Also in its final season is The Good Fight. Season 6 will wrap up on November 10th on Paramount Plus. Led by Christine Baranski and Audra McDonald, after 6 seasons, this political series continues to be funny, cynical, and overall entertaining. Again, it's on Paramount Plus, The Good Fight on November 10th. Season 1 of High School will come to an end on November 11th on Freevee. This is the biopic series of the real-life Canadian twin duo Tegan and Sarah and takes us on a journey through their high school experience in the 90s. It addresses all of their struggles of self-discovery and relationships. The music is obviously fantastic with all the 90s rave nostalgia. Again, that's High School on Freevee on November 11th. And wrapping it all up is Interview with the Vampire on AMC Plus on November 13th. This retelling of Anne Rice's novel sucked me in from the very first episode, pun intended. This is one of my favorite vampire stories and is done with the right amount of elegance, romance, and darkness. You won't want to miss the final episode of Season 1 of Interview with the Vampire on AMC Plus on November 13th.
And I also want to quickly remind everyone that November is Native American Heritage Month, and you can join in the celebration by visiting our Native American Heritage Collection, featuring TV shows, movies, documentaries, and kids' entertainment about Native American culture and starring Native American actors. Just say Native American into your voice remote to check it out. And that will do it for today's show. Thank you to my fellow Xfinity editors, Scott and Audrey, for joining me this week. Thank you to Liz and Quam for piping in and helping us out with Plan Ahead today. Special thanks to Shantaram star Charlie Hunnam for hanging out with us. Got it right this time. Shout out to our producers, Brad, Aaron, and everyone behind the scenes for making the show run smoothly and rolling with the punches. If you want to check out the TV shows and movies we talked about today, get more of our entertainment recommendations, or watch us interview big celebrities, all 100 plus of them, just say what to watch into your voice remote or tune in here every Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern for a new episode. Or if you're anywhere in the whole country, check us out 24/7 on the Xfinity What to Watch channel on Zumo. My name is David. Thank you so much for joining us on What to Watch Live.
Hi.
Bye.
See ya.